our adventure continues because now we are on this beautiful Bahamas island. The weather is a little bit cold and windy, however the island looks absolutely amazing and the water is cold but crystal blue and beautiful. We took a little bit of a dip in the water and it's pretty amazing to be here actually. So we already had some crazy adventures and activities on this trip. We did waterfall sliding in Dominican Republic near Puerto Plata, which was a pretty unique experience, but also a little bit scary, especially jumping from the heights. But usually I love using holidays to do things that are scary. So I have fear of heights and I try to actively do things which involve basically anything that will help me conquer this fear, and over the years it has gotten a lot better. Like jumping from high places and stuff. For me, it's kind of empowering because every time I do this, I do something that I fear and I kind of conquer that fear by just doing it anyways. I feel proud of myself, I feel a little bit more fulfilled, like, you know, I overcame this challenge. I love pushing my limits like this, especially on holidays, because, you know, doing those activities is obviously a lot of fun. Then we also drove ATVs through Puerto Rico, which was an amazing, like a magical experience. It was so beautiful because the landscape around us was changing constantly. It was jungle and then muddy roads and some bumpy roads. It was just an amazing experience overall. And now, as our next station, we are in this gorgeous island in Bahamas. Because of the wind and the weather, the activities are limited, but I hope that by the end of the day we're going to be able to ride jet ski, which is one of the activities that I was actually really looking forward to. So let's see if we manage to do that today. But the craziest thing about this whole thing is that this has become my new normal. Like holiday in Bahamas, in Caribbean islands. When I was young, I could only dream about this. Like this is a dream come true for Nana like 10 years ago. I remember when I was in university, I was studying at a private university with government scholarship, and one day I was in a bathroom and I overheard a couple of girls talking about going on holiday on summer to Batumi, which is like our summer resort in Georgia. I remember overhearing this conversation and thinking to myself, how amazing must it be to be able to afford a holiday like this, like going to Batumi for summer, because my plan for the summer was just doing some student job and saving up for the next semester of my student expenses. So for me, it was like that was already like a next level where I was thinking, oh my god, like hopefully like one day I could also be able to do that and travel abroad in another country. So it only goes to show how many levels there are in life, especially when you're starting from the bottom. So when I moved to Austria as a broke student, I remember I was saving up for like a whole year to be able to afford a trip to Nice, and we booked this holiday for 3 days in Nice, and it was my first time on Mediterranean Sea when I was, I think, around 24 or so, and it was wild. It was like, oh my god, I have made it. And then again, as a step up, when I became a senior engineer, I started doing these gratitude exercises in the mornings where I would kind of write down or reflect on what I was grateful about. And one of the things I realized at that time was that through hard work and learning, I was in a position that I could literally point to any spot on the map and I could afford to travel there. And then I also got the Austrian passport and citizenship, which meant I didn't need a visa to travel to all the countries in the world, which was kind of another added bonus. So that was also kind of unlocking the new level. And now, as an entrepreneur, after building this successful business and becoming financially successful, it's even wilder and crazier for me, because now I can basically decide to go on a holiday somewhere for an entire month or do multiple trips like this per year. Again, it just shows how many steps you can go through in life, where every level is like the next thing that your younger self could only dream about or could not even imagine, because even your wildest imagination was limited to imagine a situation like this. And I also want to mention that usually, when you're really obsessed and passionate about your work, you don't directly work for these type of things, but these kind of become the natural side effect or byproduct of doing what you love or doing something with full heart and soul. And then this basically just comes out as a natural byproduct of that. So I think we live in an era and in a time where it is possible for anyone, no matter where you're born, as long as you have the freedom to decide things for yourself, which unfortunately is not self-explanatory for everybody in the world, but as long as you have the freedom of choice to decide what you do with your life, you can start from the very, very bottom, and step by step, by laying one brick at a time, you can build a life that the younger self could not even dream about, because you didn't even know that this was possible. So I had to kind of force myself and reflect on how crazy and amazing this is. Like something that has become so normal for me, how extraordinary it is actually. This is actually just the beginning, just the first part of our trip, because it continues and we have, I think, 4 more countries and places to visit with a bunch of other activities, and I'm gonna try to document and film all of that as much as possible. And I hope this could also serve as kind of an inspiration for you. In the cold, windy weather, and going back to daily grind and hustle after 2 weeks of this. Looks like it's probably gonna rain. Getting cloudy. Yeah, it's probably gonna rain, so we need to get the hell out of here.
This cat was designed a little further down that goes to on the outside of the pool.
All right, good morning. Today we are on the sea the entire day, sailing towards Jamaica. So we're going to use the day as an opportunity to get some work done, as always, and we have some really cool milestone, I would say, on our Tech Work with Nana YouTube channel. So a few days ago we released our new video on Apache Kafka, and look at the difference. So this is a statistic from YouTube Analytics which shows the rating or ranking of the video in comparison to all the other videos that we've posted so far. And this one is the number one in the same time period compared to all the other videos that we've posted for the entire 4 years since the beginning of our YouTube channel, which means it is performing the best. Like, it's number one top performing video. It has gotten over 80,000 views in just 4 days, which is our new record basically. So it is about a topic that we didn't really think much of. It's being shared across other social media platforms and it's getting amazing feedback. Like, we have a really high view to like ratio, we have lots of comments with amazing feedback, and usually for those interested, the way we decide on what YouTube video we should create next and what would perform well is through a simple analytics tool. Basically, it's called vidIQ, that shows you search volume of a specific topic, and next to it, it also shows you the supply for that specific topic. So how many videos are there compared to how many people are searching for it. It was actually Nikki's idea to do a video on Kafka because she saw some comments, and she also searched through vidIQ that the Kafka had YouTube search volumes. A lot of people were searching for this topic on YouTube, and we just decided to create like a short but extensive tutorial on Kafka, and it's just crushing it, which, it always feels amazing to beat your own record and to overperform your own videos. So I'm really happy about the performance, and what we decided to do is we also want to send out a newsletter to our email list sharing the video, because we see that a lot of people are getting a lot of value out of it, so we want to kind of spread the word even more and double down on the demand for the topic. So we're just going to share it with our list of, I think at this point we have 60,000 people on our email community. So we're going to share this Kafka video with them and probably get even more feedback, even more shares, and so on. So that's the plan for this morning, and then the rest of the day we're going to be enjoying a little bit on the deck, and tomorrow we have more adventure activities coming up. New ist gut, finde ich, so gute Keyword. Let's go! Ja, wie schön. Welcome to Jamaica. The town that we're docking into right now is called Georgetown.
No, Falmouth.
That's always Georgetown. Okay, the town that we're docking into right now is called Falmouth. Falmouth or Falmouth. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. We have a full day of crazy activities, a combination of crazy activities in Falmouth. So we're gonna be exploring the nature, doing scary stuff, I think. So it's gonna be a lot of joy. And look how beautiful this place looks. Wow, nice. Absolutely beautiful. So exciting. This looks insane. We did it! So we did 8 Rios, Dunn's River Falls. It was a little bit slippery. I just had a little scratch, but other than that it was amazing, super refreshing because it's pretty hot. Then we went up to the Mystic Mountain. We did bobsledding which was awesome. And then we did a ragamuffin, which was also pretty awesome. And everywhere you go, you have these beautiful views of the nature around you, which looks like this. I mean, everywhere it looks like this, which is pretty awesome. And now we are taking the cable car down to the base and we're gonna go back after an amazing action-packed day. It was pretty cool. Morning. Guys. Ja. Perfect temperature of the water, super warm, beautiful, white sand, blue water, perfect in every way. In Bahamas, it was too cold to swim in the ocean, and here it is perfect. Wow, we'll walk on the beach. So nice. This is a real holiday. So nice. Oh my god. Nice restaurants along the beach with some resorts and hotels. Such an amazing place. Jet skis over there. Wow, look at this. I hope the camera is capturing how beautiful this is. The watercolor, the sand, and those waves crashing. Wow, oh my god. So nice! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby wave coming. Paradise. Oh my god, there's so many things to do. There's waterfall, there is a river, there is a cave with an underwater something cave, there is a beach with dolphins, there are parrots, what else is there? There was a horse, restaurants, a water slide, everything you would wish for. Maya village, ruins, the old ruins of Maya. sunset on the ship. After 2 weeks of sailing, saying goodbye to the Caribbean Sea and all these beautiful islands. So beautiful. And now going back to building and creating stuff and expanding our business, creating more impact and all the exciting things that we have planned. And the best combination is when you can really enjoy the holiday and all the places you visit and explore, but also be super excited about going back to your real life, day-to-day work and business and the things that you are working on.